Turn this down so it's not blowing my ear off. There we go. References. There we go. Yeah, maybe a little bit of that. Becky is on the screen, right? Yeah, okay. Just checking. Hopefully I can get this page done by tomorrow. I mean, I could probably get it done tonight as long as I keep the flow going. I need to look for more free to use music. Man, there's always wipe bad audio, but sometimes it always feels like they're just re-uploading the same songs over and over. Yeah, it went well. Or as well as it could go. I won't go into details, it's a private thing for a friend. But long story short, things are fine. It's just the best way I can put it. I'm not gonna say what it was. That's their business, not mine. Hi. You're gonna get bored fast, it's just me drawing. Yeah, I need to do more with the Becky model, because I can show this. Because I can swap it from this to this, so I got the nun Becky. And wait a few seconds to be on the stream. And I got drunk Becky. But hopefully I can do other versions. Let's do Nun for a while, because Nun has where is it? There it is. Because I can make the Fibel. There we go, we got the Fibel. And put that stuff back up so I can see. There we go. Might have to remove that window so that way I don't have to keep doing that. I'll think about it for another stream. It's always going to be the small details that I'll get my hands. But not as bad as coloring, Jesus. I hate coloring. I'm decent at it, but I still hate it. Welcome back from Ad Hal. There will be others. Anyway, best song. Redial. Redial is so good. Yeah, hopefully I can get this done tonight or tomorrow morning, and then I'm gonna get started on the page after that. And then I'm either gonna work on another collector set, or I'll start sketching out or brainstorming more of what to do with the Hetty crossover. And then I want to work on one of the 10th anniversary picks too, so I'll probably get started on one of those. Does what show me drawing? Are you talking about the stream? I'm just doing very small details, so you probably can't notice them changing too much unless I do something major like this big as thing right here. But right now I'm working on the character on the bottom corner. And if you're watching this on a phone, it's definitely going to be harder to see. Yeah, I'm just doing small details at the moment. Yeah, I did make you fat. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, that's what. You're just gonna let me do it again. I mean, if you want the cereal, go for it. I mean, it's right there. Well, then go eat. I'm not stopping you. How do I want your hair? Probably like that. I do eat. I eat when necessary. More like never. Wrong button. Let's fix this. There we go. A little better. Don't really need to do too much here because the breasts are in the way. Okay, let's do this. He opens his door. That's what everyone has said. It's like, what, did you master photosynthesis? That was what my friends in college said. I learned from the great sensei SpongeBob. What did I walk in on? Alright, man, boobs last time is... Well, I mean... That's all you want. If that's how things transpired, and that's how it happened. Let's see. Yeah, the only part that's really difficult about this page is that I gotta draw the flashback images. And they have to be on their own layer because I'm gonna change the opacity. Other than that, the rest of this page is fairly simple. I just have to remember to put the layers on in a different folder, so that way I can do the coloring. What does the purple stars mean? Oh yeah, if you, there are some words on Twitch that they won't allow you to say, so if stars appear in your text, then it's probably just censoring you, depending on what you say. But sometimes they'll censor, like, stupid things, like, I don't know, random words that normally wouldn't be a big deal, but they'll probably censor them anyway. And I don't know where the list is to change that at the moment, or assuming I can change it. So I'll have to like look into that to see if I can change that. Really? Hillbilly was a word that they blocked at first? Yeah, they are freaking random when it comes to that, because sometimes it'd be words that people have been using forever, and then it'll get censored, and then it'll get uncensored, but then they'll censor like random words like hillbilly. Yeah, it's all just stupid. I don't know. Again, certain sites need to stop trying to be family friendly when they know that's not what their site is. Or at the very least, you know, just have 18 and older sections. Which Twitch technically does have, but we all know that's not working the way that they would like it to work. It's just nonsense. Same thing goes for YouTube. YouTube tries to be family friendly. It's like, oh, you know, we have YouTube Kids, and it's like, yeah, that site doesn't do shit. But I'm just in the mindset of, if you're gonna, like, just have the balls to have adult content. Put whatever restrictions you want if it's gonna be a thing. Like, obviously, advertisers are gonna pull out or not want to advertise on certain channels and stuff like that, or certain age ranges, and that's perfectly fine. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it, but give them the option to choose. And eventually, it'll just work itself out, and whoever left because they're trying to make a statement or trying to, you know, pull YouTube's arm, or twist YouTube's arm, they'll eventually come back because YouTube is still one of the most popular streaming site or video sites. So just have the balls to, you know, make the changes that you need, and then you're fine. It's not that difficult. Will it happen eventually? Who knows? Especially since there's the potential of mature content being banned in the US, at least from where I'm from and all that, so that's gonna be a bitch. Assuming that happens, but if it doesn't, cool. The only time will tell. Yeah, I've always disliked censorship. I think it really hammered down on me when I was in high school and I realized how much I was missing out on shows that were censored. Mostly in anime, but like definitely noticed it when I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And then that's when it clicked on how much I was missing. I was like, oh, I'm not even getting the real goddamn story. I'm getting this watered down version. Okay, now the question is, do I want to draw the three of you, or do I want to take a shortcut on this, because they are a handful. Let's see, what do I have to work with? I could probably get away with that. Let me see if there's any other. Nah, I'm gonna use this one. So let me see what I can grab. So 4. Let's see. Turn that off. Just make sure they're on their own layer. Yes, they are. Grab. Alright, this is going to be the pain in the ass part. Do only shrink as much as necessary. Now I can fix the rest. Then just change whatever I need. Hold on, let me look at messages. Yeah, hate censorship, blah. YouTube is the most time not so kid friendly. Yeah, I know, right? Have you had anyone send you belly pic? Of course. I've been doing this. Sometimes it's obvious, other times it isn't, because most of the time I'm like, even if I copy and paste a panel, I still change it to match whatever panel I'm putting it in or using it for. Very rarely am I able to copy a panel and just paste it without any changes. Alright, and let's have you smiling. So I might have to change her mouth. See how far I can get. Do I have your mouth like this the entire time, or do I have it like Joanne's? No, I do not. Her mouth is different from Joanne's. So, let's do it this way. Hi, Jack. I can see you. Don't worry about it. Or hi, Jack. I should say it that way. Sound rolls off the tongue easier. But yes, I can see you. You're fine. Yeah, sometimes it'll take me a while to read messages if I'm like in the zone and trying to be productive on the stream. Because one of the drawbacks to streaming is that I'm a little bit slower than usual. Especially if there's more people in stream talking and all that, then I'm bound to miss something unless I try to read all of the messages. Like, Jay's not difficult, she just has to be readjusted for the panel. And then I need to draw the rest of her over here. I'm probably going to do that thing where I put the white lines around Caitlyn, so that way the background images don't blend into her. But then again, they're going to be transparent, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And I might change Olivia's arms. We'll see what I need to change and what I don't. Do I have two characters named Olivia? I probably do at this point. Adopts. Looks like a name I would use. Oh, no, surprisingly no, just Oliver, but not Olivia. I mean, her name is Olivia, but I'm just saying I thought I had a character with that name already. Cool. Let's see. I need to draw them. They give their own profile pics. Much to do. I'll do that another time. Okay. This needs to be an actual circle now. Yeah, it's from Bomberman Hero. It has really good music. I need to find the music from Bomberman 64, because Bomberman 64 has really good music too. My favorite is the water level. I could probably find that on YouTube. I'll probably play that once this playlist is over. That's why this feels weird, because it's so zoomed in, so I should be using a smaller brush. Good. Like I said, if you're hungry, go eat. Okay, you're good. Could probably just change one of the hands. Thing. Just trying to make it make more sense. I really like this theme too. This is a good one. Louis was a fun character for Bomberman. I didn't realize how old Louis was until I saw him in older Bomberman games. Up a little bit. Okay, that wasn't so bad, but I am going to have her mouth closed. She doesn't need to change too much. Only thing that's going to be a pain in the ass is your eyes that are behind your glasses. Change your mouth. think that's it for this panel. I should probably make her smile, because there's no reason for her to have a frown. There we go. No. Sometimes it's not as chatty. And then sometimes there are just people that are lurking. Hey Jet, happy Tuesday to you too. Alright, so did that. What do I want to see in this panel? Let's see. Actually, I want to start back here. Over whipped cream. Yeah, this month, at least for me, went a little slower than normal. Just a little bit. Mostly because I've been trying to get more done than I usually do. But I know I've been lacking on the comic pages, so I'm gonna try to get as many done this month as possible. Or this week as possible. Because I try not to split my thought process on months anymore. I just try to do it daily and by week. It's like, alright, let's try to get this much done this week. That's why I stopped having like a average of updates each month, because that way, if I end up doing more, then there we go. Better to just do as much as possible and not worry about a quota. I mean, there's no reason for me to worry about a quota. I'm not working for anybody. This is a good song too. Save my shit just in case. Lord help me, I do not want to lose progress. When I realize this is on a different layer that I don't need it to be on. Luckily, I can move them. Alright, you two mix together. You and you fuse. I'll just use yours purple, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, I need those on the same layer. I'm gonna move them later. Ice cream looks like salted eggs. Okay, let me find that one water level theme because I just want to listen to it. Yeah, looks like they're doing stupid shit, so I'm gonna go look at that later. There it is. Or, no, not second attack. There it is. Blue Resort. Probably have some shine here, just so it's a bit reflective. Let's do music from Robots, because Robots has fucking banger music. I know. And eventually I'll get more. We'll get more tracks to listen to. I'm about to say, I was like, what the hell are these? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. Oh, you remember to skip those later. Huh. bit. This part come up just a little bit. Yeah, 90s Rare did have good music. I have to be careful when I play some of their music though, because some of it, like Donkey Kong for example, gets claimed by Nintendo. And it's not always like the entire track, it's usually like select songs. So if I ever do that again, I'll have to pay attention to which songs there were. But sometimes it's hard because sometimes, even with other music, people use them as samples for their own songs, but then they'll claim the samples or whatever, and it's like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense because you took it from somebody else's song. Kind of like what happened with Plock, where somebody was trying to claim that they own parts of the songs, and it's like, these songs existed like 20 years before you made your song. And you know they sample from it, that's why it's a pain in the ass. And it's like, dude, I know where you got the music from. Or the samples from. Because obviously you can make your own music and all that. Yeah, this music is from the Robots game, based on the movie Robots, but it's for the Game Boy Advance. And somebody just went crazy and made really strong music. Or the creator of the songs. Yeah, often video game music from like movies or whatever, like especially if they're like Game Boy Advance or like, you know, not as theatrical, sometimes the composers will just, you know, go balls in. It's like, I know nobody's gonna play this game, and so I'm just gonna make the best music I possibly can. And it's like, damn. Kind of like how some Genesis music is just really, really, really good, despite its limitations. And like for some music in games, all it is just messing with the electrical output for some of the circuits to make the music react in a certain way. That's why anytime like your video games would like glitch out or something, it would make the music act all trippy. So that's basically just the same techniques that they use to make songs. Yeah, Earthworm Jim. That's a good ones too. Vector Man. Most of the Sonic games, if not all of them. Actually, I don't want her to be smiling a bit. I want her to be lost in thought. I suppose technically her mouth would be a little bit higher up because her muzzle doesn't go that low. So probably like about here makes more sense. Yeah, some of the Sonic music from, or basically the music from Sonic 3, Michael Jackson helped work on. Like, he wasn't really too happy with the output of the Genesis music at the time, but he still worked on it. Unfortunately, due to his ties with it, they can't like re-release the game with his music in it, so they had to change it when they did the collections. So, which is weird because the collections uses like beta music that they had at the time, but it's kind of odd that they didn't like try to remix the music or anything so that way it would better fit the levels that they were put in. So it's kind of like a weird wasted opportunity where it's like, well, yeah, we want the original, the beta music too, but you could have at least touched it up so it made sense. Because if you listen to the beta music, some of it just does not fit the levels that they were put in. Let's pull back her mouth because I want it to be part of the screen, but I don't want it to be so far. Let's do this and then let me that. because she doesn't have a long snout. So it's kind of like that. So let me just readjust things. It's probably not as big of a deal as I'm making it look. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Alex. Not much. Just working on this page. Probably over here, but I'll mess with that when I get there. What part of this do I want this to be? I'm gonna put some of that banana on here. What is this slice down here? I didn't really put much thought into that. that weird. Alright. So I never noticed this, but if you cut a banana into pieces and you look in the middle, the bananas look like they have the hazard symbol in the middle of them, which adds to the whole, like, you know, bananas have like a sliver of radiation in them, and if you eat enough, you could technically die of radiation poisoning. So now I'm just finding it humorous that the bananas themselves have a hazard symbol inside. And I was like, wait a minute. Alright, take care, have a good night. But yeah, I find it amusing that bananas have a hazard symbol inside. You're going to bed too? Alright, have a good night. No, there's more people in chat. They're just being quiet. Just put that drip on the other side. Yeah, sometimes it happens with me when I'm like watching certain videos and I'll like start falling asleep and say no. But if I'm like really tired, then I'll just take a nap or something for like a couple hours. Save. Yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta watch Viro draw the fatties. I don't want to fall asleep. You know, I was Marcy. You just start snoring. It's like, all right, Grandpa, let's get his blanket. Like, don't wake him up. Just make sure he's warm. Gotta watch my stories. I had 31 6 days ago. It's the end of my old ass. Well, I'm 36, so so welcome to the club. I will be 37 this year. Yay. He fell asleep playing GTA 5. Sometimes I'd be like dozing off playing like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Master Duel, and I'd be like, man, I am just not motivated to play this game anymore. Like, I only play, like, at this point I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to learn some stuff and try to apply it to my card game if possible. And if I do play it for fun, I play it without expecting to do much in it. Like, I can win some games here and there, but I don't know. It's just not as fun. Mostly because of it's like just demotivating when you get into a scenario where it's like, okay, well, prepare to have at least several of my cards getting negated. So I have to MacGyver my way through that. And granted, I can always play meta if I really want to, but it's just not fun. Not to me, at least. Because, like, one of the few times I played meta or made a deck strictly to prevent my opponent from playing, it just wasn't fun. It was just like, alright, you can literally do nothing, and you have, like, maybe 2 or 3 options. And unless you drew those exact cards, you are not winning. We turning 40 this year. Big 4-0. I know, dirty 30 nights. Yeah, I'm enjoying my 30s. But this year I'm definitely trying to do more in general. Trying to put more effort into getting further along in my career. That's why I'm going to try to do as much as I can, and I definitely need to start small with some ideas. It's like one of the hardest things for me is just starting something new. And I need to fix that later. I will do that later. It's just starting something new. Like I can like begin something that's already existing, such as like Black Circus, where it's like, okay, I already have chapter 1 and 2 done. I can get started with chapter 3 rather easily because I already have stuff to work with. But making something completely like 100% new is difficult because it's like, all right, where am I starting? How does the story begins, or how does the story begin? And then once I get past that little hurdle, then the rest is easy. But in terms of like for the YouTube idea I have to like make the assets for that. So that's the part that's gonna take me a while because I need to build stuff that I don't previously have that exists. And again, I'm overthinking it, so I just need to start small and just work my way up. So hopefully by the beginning of next month I want to get started on that, because I don't want to spend the entire year going like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then I only do like 2 things and then the rest is working on something else. Damn, really? It's been it's almost 9 years? Man, time flies. Black Circus' 7th is in March, damn. It's crazy how much time has passed already. Like, it's amazing that it's already been 10 years since I started iHat. All out of spite. It exists because of spite. It's like, fine, if I can't read your fat comic, I'll make my own fat comic with blackjack and hookers. Which kind of ended up happening because of the casino scene in Black Circus. Characters are legit older now, I know, right? Damn. And I definitely want to get started on the 10th anniversary stuff, so I want to work on at least 1 pick of the anniversary set a month at minimum. If I can do more than that, then that's cool, but I want to do at least one a month. So by the time we get there, we'll have, okay, it's in August, so there'll be at least 8 picks by the time we get there. If I can do more than that, cool. And your titties are way bigger than that. And let's put this on a different layer so we don't fuck that up. I'll just have to rework where I'm doing it. Actually, it might be easier just to do it. Redo it in general. The fat titties. Yeah, I do want to make the teaser for it. Like, let me save this just so I have it. So I'm debating on either. I'll just use this as an example. On having either, like, you know, the characters' faces like this. Well, it'll be like in half, but have the characters like one side and the other side, and have, like, you know, Hetty's name, because she doesn't really have like a series name, and then it's either going to be an X or a versus, and put I-Hat. Like, I don't want to use Marcy's name, I just want to put I-Hat because it just looks nicer. So I'll do that, and then the idea was going to have, like, I have like a bunch of like scenes as like thumbnails doing this, kind of like a fighting game style type of thing. That's what I was thinking. Or I could just do it like the other way I have it, where, you know, it's just like the box with the artwork here, and it's like a big grid. And then I was just gonna continue it on, because there's multiple ways I can go about it. But I think this way is the easiest one, where I just, you know, go step by step of what's gonna transpire between the two, and then maybe at the end I can have like two different endings, so that way you can have one side where Hetty wins and one side where Marcy wins. That way we can just have, you know, the spoils of both. Or if I really want to be ballsy, I can take the characters, split them in half, and either work on each character's side one by one, or do like or do it based on donation stuff, which honestly I don't think that one's gonna gel very hard. I think I'm just better off going with this idea and just make as much artwork as I want, which personally I'm thinking either 10 or 12 pictures. Well, if I say 10, it's probably gonna be 11. That way we can have the two endings. But I would say 12. That way we get the pictures and the two endings. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Or I'll make the you know, cover the teaser page more dramatic, like maybe have like the characters, you know, facing each other. Which I don't think that one's gonna be as fun. I think just whatever I decide to make it look nice, I'll do that. But or it could be like let me see if I can find it. Let me just delete this. I don't need this anymore. Let me see if I can find it. Sonic. Where is it? Because I have it, but I don't know. Oh, there it is. Cool. It's right where I need it to be. So let me just save this, and I'll show it on screen. Save. Come on. Come on. Save. Thank you. I'll just put this in here. It's easier to find. Open. So I would probably make it something like this. So just ignore Knuckles. And it would be like this. But like, have them both, like, I don't know, reaching for whatever food they're like competing against each other for. So do something like that. So that's the idea I have. Obviously it won't be like them just like sprinting down a fucking hallway or anything, but like, you know, just two of them side by side reaching for a bunch of food. So that's the idea I have for it. The last page of Pest Control, honestly, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, obviously I'm not gonna put it on stream because I don't want to deal with that shit. But let me take a quick glance at it. Like, it wasn't really that big of a deal, from what I remember. Well, technically the last page is a page that just says the end on it, but that's not what you're thinking. Yeah, all it is just... It's just both the characters being carried away because they gotten so fat, and then the main girl who started all farts, and that's basically it. Yeah. I mean, I guess the page before that is a lot more interesting, but other than that, it's really nothing. Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were doing that. Oh yeah, we're drawing her titties, that's what we're doing. Yeah, like, pest control wasn't bad. It just sucks that FAF intentionally skipped like a bunch of pages of setup just to get to the point. Or not even to get to the point, it was just, let's just skip the story, and all you know is that, okay, they're in there eating the hamsters or gerbils, whatever the hell they are, and then that's it. Like, there's nothing more to it. But like the comic literally starts on page 12. That is the very first page that he posts, and he says that there were roughs of the other 11 pages, but he's never posted them and they don't exist. I mean, for all we know, they don't exist at all. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't label them that way if they didn't exist. But he never posted them, not even as sketches. So we are technically missing 11 pages of pest control that will never be posted, unless he decides to post them. And if they were posted somewhere, they're probably posted for like A Club or something. If I had to take a wild guess. I do not like the way I'm doing that. Actually, why do this hard when I can do this smart? Down here. This would probably be like over here or something. And yeah, technically the spoon was on a different side of her now. She's no longer using her right hand, but I've seen people switch hands when they eat something. So, whatever. Maybe she's ambidextrous. Is it ambidextrous or ambidextrous? Ambidextrous, yeah. I was right the first time. Post it on Discord. I'll take a look. Hold on a moment. Let me take a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Jesus, what the hell was that? Thank you for the raid. HG Hydra, Jesus. Why am I getting raid? What happened? I have no idea why I'm getting a raid. Thank you. Jesus. Hey, GL Waffle. Or Waffle, Waffy. Jesus. I was like, all I heard was my notification thing go off as I'm like reading shit, and I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Party of 15G. Why do I have 35? Wow. Thank you. Welcome to Thibal Studies. Alright, let me close Discord. I was all tripping out going like, what the hell just happened? Alright, so let me fix that just to make it look nicer. A little bit of parting right there. This I'm going to still have here because it's part of the chocolate, but this part is fine. Make it look softer. Big girls coming through. Oh yeah, we like them big and thick here. And that looks fine, so we can put these together. So yeah, if you're all curious, I'm drawing a character eating a fat tub of ice cream. And if you want to know how big it is, bring up the page. Here we go. There we go, big ass ice cream right over here. Well, not tub, but bowl, glass, whatever the hell, vessel, ship, a ship of ice cream. A little flustered, yeah. I just wasn't expecting it. I was like, what the hell? I do not get this much attention. I just realized it's almost like the Joker meme, where it's like, I would like a picture of a woman in her mid-20s eating a tub of ice cream. It's like, yeah, I could do that. And then immediately she's on a treadmill. You bastard. Doing alright. Just working on a comic page for the next 22 minutes before I stop. Thank you. Oh, you came from a triple stream? Damn. Hope that was fun. Where's my reference? There it is. Thank you. This is one of my side comics. Once this one's over with in the next, I don't know, 20-ish pages, well, less than that, like 10-ish pages, then what is this? Restart for newest Windows feature. How about no? I will do that when my computer is ready to do. I felt like a FNAF night guard. Yeah, I could see that, like, if somebody somehow well organized it, you could have like a bunch of streams in one on like a giant monitor, and like you have to like have all the other streamers dressed up as like characters or whatever, and you have one streamer like trying to navigate to prevent them from getting too close to the screen or something, and you have to like decide how many steps they get to take before they're caught, and I don't know, try to MacGyver mechanics and stuff like that. That would be fun. It'd be hard to pull off, but that'd be fun. Unless you're at like a studio or something where you can do something like that. That way you can like swap cameras. They kind of did that with Game Theory. Phone guy. Yeah. This is Secrets. Or, I Had Secrets. It's on, like, page, what is this, 20 now? So, probably done roughly 10, maybe 16 pages at most. I don't see it going further than that. And then we can get back to Black Circus. It's a secret, Yeah, I've been pretty much putting most of my time in the secrets for now, so that way it's over and done with. And then from now on, I'm gonna work on just the primary comics for now. And if I do work on a secondary one, it'll be drip fed. But I'll probably change up how I'm doing things to make it easier to put out. Alright, so blah blah blah. Did that. She's eating ice cream. Anything further I need to do with her? No. Alright. Next. Let me see where she's sitting. In the future, yeah. She's definitely a more prominent character, just not focused on her at the moment. I just needed her as an excuse to give Caitlyn a collar. Because it's like, alright, how's she gonna just suddenly come across a magical artifact? And then I had to come up with the reasons to how she ends up leaving with it without Hexiva noticing immediately. Yeah, Hexiva and a few other characters are useful for magical related stuff. I know, I should do a panel of Plum sitting on her ass, just, you know, becoming a chonker as she's waiting for her comic. I want to see Skylar's ex-girlfriends. Yeah, I need to at least do artwork of them, because they've been cameoing for quite a while in the Marcy's comic, or Marcy's story. Alright, so how do I want to do this? I guess I'll just start more like this. And whatever I need to fix, I can do it gradually. Alright, so let me just get our basic form first, and then we can manipulate it. So blah 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 blah, hunched over. Maybe about this much of her backside. I can see Skylar. Yeah, because the original idea, because I mean, I can always do side stuff. It's just a matter of if and when, or when and how much time and all that. But the initial idea was to, whenever I do Skylar's story for Black Circus, it was gonna be back in time when his abilities started, and he was with his first girlfriend. And then it would cut to his other relationships and what happened with them before he hooked up with Marcy. Oh, I need reference of this because this is gonna plague me. Thank you. Good old internet and their references. Like to be a little bit higher up. Get this. Perspective is a bitch. And technically, let's see what it would be about over here. That's way too low for that. Maybe slightly like that. If I need to change it, I'll change it later. Yeah, basically by the time Skylar is, like, you know, has his family and all that, he's not really thinking about the past too much. Like, I could probably show what his exes look like in the present. One of them probably got skinny again after all that time. Another one's probably still a bit of a chonker, and then the other one, she'll be fun to show later. Because I've been wanting to tease that for a while. Like, pretty much everything I've been wanting to do, for, like, the last decade. like pretty much nothing's really changed with what the ideas I've had. The only thing that's changed is just, like, some refinement to certain characters that I originally didn't have plans to deep dive into as much as I ended up doing. I don't know why this is making me think of Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, it's just a character who had 3 ex-girlfriends before he met his current girlfriend, who ended up becoming his wife. And he just had bad relationships, and he ended up with, like, abilities to make characters fat. And so the first girlfriend, he didn't mean to make her fat; it just kind of happened. The second one, he just said fuck it and just went overboard with it, out of mostly rage, because she was just pissing him the fuck off, and she was just a horrible girlfriend to begin with. And then the other one, she wasn't as bad, but they just had a falling out, and so as a bit of revenge, he just, you know, made her a chonker before they broke up. It's the second girlfriend that I want to have fun with. Or that I will have fun with. Let me just make sure I'm talking about the right one. I'm pretty sure I am, but let me just make sure. Like, I'm more than positive is the second one. Yes. No, nope, it's the third one. The third one is the one I want, that'll be fun. The second one is just like, nah, we'll make her a chocolate before we break up. But yeah, the third one is like, fuck you. Yeah, Pepper is the third one, so she'll be the one where it gets ridiculous. Magic hand, 6,000 pounds. Yeah, pretty much, kind of like that. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Oh yes, she's gonna be the one to have the most fun when I show what happened to her. I've almost wanted to tease it in like just side artwork, but I was like, nah, I need to save it. Like, there are a bunch of pictures that I could have drawn like a long ass time ago that I'm just sitting on. Because I don't want to waste it. But I don't know. I mean, because sometimes, I could put something out and then still use it later. Because it'll have more context then. Like, it's not a bad idea just to put it out for fun. Maybe I'll do that for the 10th anniversary. Since we're not going to be seeing them anytime soon, I can just show them, I can just tease them through, like, just, a moment in time. Be like, alright, we're not going to see them, but this is what they look like right now. Or, whatever moment in time I feel like using. So, like, here's the first girlfriend right when Skylar and her were having a falling out. And then the second girlfriend when Skylar was like, fuck you, I'll make you fat and you're done. And then the third girlfriend was like, alright, I'm tired of this bitch. Yeah, so I'm gonna use those for the 10th anniversary. That way, people will be like, "Oh my god, finally, we've been being teased about these bitches forever. We get to see something." And then I don't know, maybe do some extra artwork of like characters relevant to Marcy's story, or just characters related to Marcy in general. So like, probably do some artwork of her mom, maybe some relatives for Marcy. So like, oh, here's her aunt. Maybe like an uncle or something. I don't know. Whatever comes to mind. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get started on that this week. Because I want at least one picture a month by the time we get to August. So if I can do more than that, then that'll be fun. Yeah, I think we can do it this way. Here's a bigger strap than that. And she is she wearing her purse? I think she is. Yeah, she does have it over there. I mean, I can always have her put it down as she started eating. I don't have to show her putting it down. Because technically her purse would be like right here. But even if I did put it there, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, I might actually just put it there. Because it's a small bag, it's not like it's really in the way. Does Marcy ever find out about Skylar? Nope. Marcy will never find out about what that Skylar has the ability to do that. And I'm pretty much going to keep it that way because the whole point is that even though Skylar knows that he was somewhat manipulating her to get fatter, she thinks it was on her own accord. And she's, you know, she's fine with it. She's happy. But yeah, stuff like that, it's like, nah, I don't want to ruin it. Because it's kind of like when I did the neutral ending and killed off that version of Tiffany. And some people got upset, but they're like, why did he have to kill her off? Why couldn't she just learn a lesson? I was like, you gotta understand the world that he's in right now. Why would he let her go? Because if he does, then she can tell everybody what he did. Granted, there's the chance that nobody will believe her, but you don't want that kind of heat on you. Especially when you're trying to do it again. Like, you know, make certain characters fatter or whatever again. If you do it again, people are gonna start connecting the dots. And this is assuming, like, you know, I want characters to be smart enough to connect the dots, because, you know, obviously I'm controlling whether or not characters believe him or not, but the whole point is that I wanted the world to be believable. Or at least believable enough. And so it just made zero sense for a character like Skylar to let Tiffany go. Yeah, like pretty much, like obviously Marcy knows that Skylar's food is amazing. But like, you know, over the years of, you know, the years of Skylar, you know, preparing giant feasts for Marcy and Marcy being able to wolf it all down, she probably just thinks like, you know, she's become like the perfect fatty wife. And she knows that and because she knows that Skylar's into it all, you know, there's no downsides for Marcy. It's just cool. Skylar likes fat women. I'm getting bigger and bigger. I can eat all of his cooking and stuff like that, and his cooking is delicious. There's literally no downside to this. And like his cooking keeps her healthy, so she doesn't have any like bad health effects or anything from being large. So yeah, it's just a win-win all around. Yeah, even if Marcy were to find out at some point, I think, you know, the years of their relationship pretty much trumps any of that. However, if she were to find out that he was like a serial killer, that he's a serial killer and all that, that might screw things over with the relationship, unless I feel like making her evil at that point. But obviously I wouldn't make her evil, because then we'd just be going down the evil Marcy route, which doesn't make sense. Alright, so now that we got all this fleshed out, how big do I want her belly to be right now? Because she's about halfway through this Sunday. So let's give her like a decent sized gut. Let's see what this looks like, and I'll adjust it. And I want her shorts to be in the way. We'll tweak it as I go along. Technically this would be like a little bit lower. But yeah, the whole point is that Marcy is just basically having the best outcome for her scenario. Yeah, evil Marcy is just like, nah. Everything that's happening is my mastermind moment. But true ending Marcy is this is her being completely oblivious to, because like the whole point of Marcy is she's supposed to be normal as fuck, like basic bitch, and the most noteworthy thing she's managed to do, aside from having a family and a somewhat writing career and all that, was hooking up with her high school love, being told that he's into fat women, and then her becoming a giant fatty. That's literally her life. That is the extent. Oh, we can do better than this. That is the extent of her life achievements outside of kids and all that. Yeah, like Marcy could be a little bit snarky about being able to put away a ton of food, especially if it's not enchanted the way that or it's not like from Skylar. Like she can still put away normal food now because it's like not as much of a competition to her compared to Skylar's cooking. But again, she's completely unaware of what Skylar has made her capable of doing. But she is aware that she is capable of doing it herself. Like she thinks it's all because of her determination to become like the perfect fatty. And she wanted that because she wanted to be with Skylar. So she believes she accomplished this goal on her own. You don't stick your dick in crazy. Well, the difference in Skylar's and Evil Marcy's scenario is that she's the one that forced that to happen. It's like, don't stick your dick in crazy. Yeah, but what do you do when she ties you up and bounds you to a bed in the middle of nowhere and then drugs you? Yeah, pretty much. Skylar just ended up turning Marcy into a glutton without Marcy being fully aware of it. Because again, she thinks she did it on her own. Yeah, and honestly, it's just better if she doesn't find out that he's like a serial killer and all that. Because if I were to have her find out, she's gonna have like a bit of a moral crisis because, even though she would stick with them, she does have kids and stuff like that to worry about, and she doesn't want them, getting involved in that kind of thing. So like, if I was being realistic, I could see her having an extremely long discussion with him about his actions, and then most likely she would have him decide. He's like, is it between family or his constant need to do that stuff? Because there's only so far you can push that before it becomes a problem. Oh, he's a killer in the true ending. I just don't show that scenario because it wasn't supposed to be about Skylar. It was supposed to be about Marcy. That was the problem that I had with the neutral ending, was that I was focusing too much on Skylar. I'm just gonna make her belly bigger than her shorts, her short waistband. Yeah, I was just focusing too much on Skylar. And then I just, didn't like the way things played out. Especially when I started tying things to World Gates' universe, then it's like, alright, things have to change and things have to make more sense. So that's why Tiffany was revived, Roy was revived, because their situations just didn't make sense anymore. So they got a second chance in that timeline. And yeah, pretty much it's just, everything else from there. Yeah, exactly. And the best part about it is that because Marcy thinks it's something she accomplished herself, she's just mostly indulging Skylar. That's what makes it more fun. And then it's also, the audience knows the truth behind it. It's like, okay, we know Marcy thinks that she's accomplishing all this on her own. She's becoming the literal bigger woman. But then at the same time, we also know Skylar has this bizarre ability to manipulate her weight and stuff like that, but she never knows this. And so it's almost like a dirty little secret type of thing. On the night show, I married a killer. I mean, I'm sure there's been stories like that, or interviews of that. But yeah, the whole point is to keep Marcy neutral in terms of her morality. She's obviously good, but like in terms of finding out about what Skylar's done and all that, the whole point is to keep her in the dark and keep her untainted in terms of learning about his darker habits. Because like if I were to deep dive more about why Skylar does all that, is because it's just like a itch that he has to scratch. And yeah, Marcy becoming his fatty wife definitely helps, stop him from doing that to others to a degree when he's at work and all that, and he gets like, just pissed off about certain people belittling his cooking, or it could be something as simple as, one of his kids tells him about a bully or something and points him out, and so Skylar takes it upon himself to do something about it. It could be something as simple as that, or he could just do it randomly just because, I mean, he's part of the Black Circus, so he has some urges that he can't exactly shake off very easily. So it could be he's just compelled to do it. It's like, almost as natural to him as breathing. But then he has fun with it because he can manipulate their weight and all that, so he can just make them just ravenous gluttons before he, does whatever he does to them. So there's like a number of stuff that goes into it, especially what he ends up doing to Pepper. Yeah, like because Marcy's like basically the perfect, fat wife. He can spend most of his time, like if he has any like urges to like want to fatten up somebody, he can just do that to Marcy. And because of the way that she goes about it, it just makes it more attractive and alluring for him. So he doesn't have to do that to others unless he just absolutely wants to. or you know, something just really presses his buttons, and he's just like, all right. And like if I show him doing it in the present, where you know after he's had kids and stuff like that, it'd be a easy situation to show him like struggling between, you know, wanting to do that and being worried about his family and stuff like that. So it'll be a nice tug of war for him. And then of course there's the whole consequences of the Black Circus. So it's like, alright, is there any way for him to get out of that without any repercussions? Because usually, once you're knocked out of the Black Circus, you usually get killed for it. Read about any ship that disappears after. Yeah. So, because Skylar ends up being like a successful chef, he has a little bit more pull. You guys had ads. Sorry, I don't know where I bumped in when I started talking. It's just a little bit bigger. Like, I'm trying not to go super overboard with the stomach, but then again, it doesn't matter because it's just gonna shrink down because of the collar. So I'll probably just make her just have a pretty round tummy when she's done eating this ice cream. And the ice cream is like stupid big as it is, so because it's like meant for almost like 3 or 4 people. Which the people giving her the ice cream don't seem to give a shit. They're like, oh, we know her. She likes to veg out. Just imagining a scenario in breakfast is bad turning into breakfast as bad. Alright, so pretty much got what I want. Probably draw her other leg a bit. It's not going to be too complicated. And technically one of her boobs would be like here or something. I could probably do that. Let me just see where they would be in contracts too. So it's almost like that. It'd be a little bit more over here. Her fat kitty titties. At first I was thinking of having Randall, or not Randall, Lawrence. I keep calling him Randall because his last name is Randall. I was thinking of having Lawrence see her through the window, just, you know, put away the ice cream. But the whole point is to have him see her later, after she's already like ran around town snacking on however much she can, and then ends her day with like ordering a shit ton of pizza and other junk food. Because at first I was gonna have Hexava show up and then take the collar from her, but I think it's better if Caitlin, you know, is like, you know, I've had a long day, oh, I'm gonna take a shower, takes off the collar because she doesn't want it getting ruined, and then that's when the defects of the collar kick in, because she doesn't know that there's like a saying that you're supposed to do to make the collar not have the defects happen, and that's how she ends up gaining all the weight. Because at first I was gonna have Hexava be the one that makes her fat and all that, but now I was like, that doesn't really make sense. because Hexiva has no real reason to be cruel to her. It's like, yeah, she ran away with the collar, but Hexiva could have got it back at any point. So, I think at this point I just want Hexiva to take her time getting it back because she's already dealing with another character. Let me see. I know I've been missing a bit. Where am I? Okay, cannot see that without thinking of Civvy 11. I don't know what that is. Big Fat Cat Tats. Curious Details, that Skylar Excuse Fame Spotlight. Yeah, because it's like, even though he becomes a well-known chef, he's not like trying to be like super big on it. I do play the sport of curling. Viro is. It is quite fun. I did not know that was a sport. If it is. At this point, I'm just doing like some finishing touches before I end the stream. I think she has some details on the sides of her that I gotta pay attention to. Yeah. Let's see. Is there any that we're actually gonna see on her? She has like one spot like over here. And she's got like another one over here. It's like directly on her back. Probably move this over just a little bit. Cause it's supposed to be directly on her backside. Because you don't usually see it when she's facing forward. That's pretty much it for this, aside from coloring. So this is what the page is going to look like. So with the characters behind Caitlyn in the panel 1 and panel 3, those are supposed to be more faded, so it's kind of look like a thought bubble type of thing. Like she's just thinking about her friends and like her relationship with Lawrence. And then she's just like talking about, you know, being anxious about, you know, trying to lose weight so that way she doesn't look too bad in front of her friends, which she needs to understand her friends are perfectly fine with her being the way she is. They're just a little jaded about not being able to pick up men. That's just their thing. But she's just a little embarrassed and anxious about it. And as she's thinking about it, she's just scarfing down this giant-ass sundae. Yeah, memory and all that. So yeah, that's basically how the page is going to play out once I get through it. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you everybody for coming. I am going to stream again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Most likely going to work on another page. Like I said, I'm going to try to put out as much pages as I can, but I'm definitely going to spend time working on other stuff too. I want to work on another set of collectors, of underground collectors, and then I also want to get started on the Hetty versus Marcy thing, the Marcy 10th anniversary. So I'm just going to try to work on as much stuff as I can throughout this week and the weeks moving on. Like, you know me, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But yeah, you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next time, alright? Take care. Bye-bye.